Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Navya, how are you? Where are you going? I couldn't get that properly. Sorry. It's okay. I know you're traveling. Gauri, how are you?
I'm good, Prabhuji.
You're good.
Yeah.
Haley, good to see you as well. How are you doing? You okay? Nice, very nice. Hare Krishna, Mehul.
Hare Krishna.
Very well. Looks like you got a haircut. Is that correct?
Yep, I guess.
You guess? You're not sure? Okay, good. Good to see you. Vanita, Haribol, happy to see you as well.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, so it's 7:20, so we have 10 minutes. So let's take our japa malas and try to chant one round of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our devotion, with all our prayer that Krishna is everything. Our father, our mother, our brother, our sister, our everyone and everything. He's the cause of everything. He's the goal of everything. And let me, for the next 10 minutes, try to connect completely, 100% to the Supreme Lord. I won't do anything for the next 10 minutes. I'll just try to connect with the Supreme Lord through the medium of the chanting of the holy name. Is that okay? Which is not different from Krishna. So let's in that prayerful mood, let's begin our chanting. And of course, you can also unmute so we can all chant together and inspire each other. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram You want to, Gauri? Yeah, you can. Please don't feel shy. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Krishna 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 Ram 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 Krishna 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 Ram 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 Krishna 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 Ram 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 Krishna 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 Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Ram Ram Krishna 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 Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Ram Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Lakshya
Krishna
Prabhu,
Krishna,
please chant.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram, Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare.
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram.
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Lila Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Lila Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Lila Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Lila Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Lila
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Lila Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Lila Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Lila
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Lila
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Lila
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Lila
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Lila
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Lila
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Ram
Hare
Lila
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Lila
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Lila
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Ram Lila
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Ram Ram, Ram
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 Lila
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Lila
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram Hare Ram
Ram Ram, Ram
Ram
Lila Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Lila
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Lila Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Lila
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Lila Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Lila
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Lila Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Lila
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Lila
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Ram 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 Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Lila Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Lila Hare Ram, Ram 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 Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram 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 Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Lila Hare Ram, Ram 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 Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram 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 Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Lila Hare Ram, Ram 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 Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Lila Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Lila Hare Ram, Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Lila Hare Ram, Ram Ram Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Lila Hare Ram, Ram Ram Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Lila Hare Ram, Ram Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Lila Hare Ram, Ram Lila Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Lila Ram Lila
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Lila Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhaktavinda. My humble obeisance to all the assembled devotees, young Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastra Koy Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoy Sadhu Sangha Krishna Prema Janmai Puna Mukhya Anga. Hare Krishna, dear friends, Vaishnavas, so happy to see all of you. Gauri, Haley, Lakshay, Mehul, Vedahi, Bionto, Avni, Vinita, Arna, Navya, Athar, Ashrit, Ishan, Sampada. Ashrit, you're joining from 2 spots, I guess. Navya, if you could rename, that would be helpful.
Krishna Prabhuji, I was actually trying to connect to camera, but I guess both of my webcams died out, so.
Oh. Okay, no worries, Prabhu. Thanks for joining. Sampada also joined, Haribol. So happy again to see all of you. Is everyone doing well? Wonderful. You all celebrated Janmashtami nicely. Wonderful, wonderful. So I guess we can get started. Did anyone learn a new verse you want to share with everyone today? Okay. Anyone else also tried? Okay. Okay, Vedehi and Ashrit.
Hare Krishna, I learned 18.58 in the Gita. Machita sarva durgani matprasada tarishyasi yasi vinangshasi. Hare Krishna.
Yes, I saw a lot of you posted this verse. Who all have memorized this verse? 18.58 from the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Mehul, you want to try?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So it's Machita Sarva Durgani Mat Prasadatis Vinakshasi. No, it's not Vinakshasi, sorry.
Yes.
It's I think I forgot kind of.
Tarishyasi.
Ha. Yes. And then I think the rest of it is Atavid.
Okay, Lakshay will help.
I
No
kind
worries.
of
Thanks for
forgot.
trying. No worries. We're all learning. Don't feel nervous. You're good. Lakshay, you want to complete?
The 18.58 verse, right, Rosie?
Mm-hmm.
Matchitta sarva durgani matprasadat tarisyasi. Tarisya, is it Tarisyasi?
Tarishyasi, yes.
Tarisyasi. I forgot the.
Atha Chet.
Can I try?
Yes. Okay, Ashrit will help.
Yeah. Machchitta sarva durgani matprasada tarishyasi athacha tvam ahankaran nashosyasi vinangshasi.
Very nice. Who will tell the meaning? Who knows the meaning? Anyone knows the meaning of this verse? Avani? Avani, you know the meaning? What was the meaning? Trivedi, you go ahead.
Hare Krishna, if you become conscious of me, you will not have any obstacles in life since you're praying to me. But if you don't and you just listen to your false pride and ego, you will be lost.
You'll be lost. Yes, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for all the devotees and who made an attempt to try to memorize this. But I hope most of you at least know the meaning, right? That we have discussed in great detail, that if we become Krishna conscious, in short, we will overcome all the obstacles. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj mentions, that faith in the divine can make one surpass unimaginable obstacles if we have faith in the Supreme Lord Krishna. And last time we were talking about Vasudev, right? And we learned some lessons, and I see some of you wrote nice lessons from the life of Sri Vasudev, the father of the Supreme Lord, right? And I think most of you are pointed this out, that how he, in the times of crisis, made this decision that he thought so quickly and correctly, right? He thought very appropriately. At the same time, he was very, he reached out to the Supreme Lord. He was not just, he calculated what he was about to speak and then he spoke, right? Anyone else wants to share anything from the last call or last session? Yes, Ashrit?
Sorry, I accidentally pressed.
Oh, no worries. That's okay. Anyone else has any questions, comments, or anything from the last call before we move to today's session? Okay. So today we'll do two things. We were talking about Vasudev last time. From Vasudev comes Vasudev, right? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Hari, Lord Sri Krishna. whose name is, one of the names is Vasudev, right? And why is he called Vasudev? Who knows the answer? Why is he called Vasudev? Yes, Sampada?
Because he's the son of Vasudeva.
Yes, he's the son of Vasudev. Who can give me another example of like maybe mother, child, or father, child, something in this connection? Yes, Lakshay?
I think Lord, King Janaka and Sita's one of Sita's name is Janaki, I think.
Janaki. Very nice, very thoughtful. Okay, who else can give a connection like father, son, or father, daughter, or mother, son, mother, daughter, anyone? Yes, Vedahi?
I think it was Kaushalya's father was Kaushal, or like that was also the name of the kingdom.
Yes. Very good.
And since she was the princess, she was Kaushalya.
Very nice. Sampada?
I think one of Radharani's name is Rishabhanuja. I don't know.
Yes, Vrishabhanu Maharaj, Vrishabhanu Dulari, right? He's the dearmost Vrishabhanu, or Nanda Nandana, right? He's the dearmost Nanda Maharaj. Parth, who is Parth? Who is Parth? Who knows the answer? Yes, Gauri?
Arjun, and then the driver of Arjun is Krishna. That's why Krishna is called Parthasarthi.
Parthasarthi. Okay, Arjuna is Partha. What's Partha's mother's name? Who knows? Yes, Ashrit?
Is it Pritha?
That is correct, Pritha. And the more commonly known name is Kunti. Kunti's name is Pritha. So the son of Pritha is Parth. Like that there, yes. Vinita, Navya, please type in your answers also so I can see and yes. So in that connection, we are going to take two verses today from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2. Very beautiful verses. And then we will talk about the three golden advices from Dhruva's mother to Dhruva. And when I say Dhruva's, how many of you know Dhruva's story? At least high, like summary. Most of you know. I'll quickly share some highlights. I won't cover the whole. Recently, I got this nice book, Dhruva's book from His Grace Varanga Darshan Prabhu has written this. I was reading this today, so I thought to share these three golden pieces of advice from Dhruva's mother, Suniti, to Dhruva. Is that okay for the plan for today? How many of you want to hear the golden pieces of advice from Dhruva's mother? Okay. How many of you want to cover the two verses connected to Lord Vasudeva? Okay, and this will be your learning assignment also for this week. Very easy, very easy. There are two verses that are connected, but they are not hard. Okay, only 8 lines, but if you will, as we will see, that almost it's all repeated, right? Except for 8 words, everything is repeated. Okay, so first I'll recite, then maybe some of you will recite. You can raise your hands, and then one of you will read the translations. Okay. Vasudeva, so Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text 28 and 29. Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramakha, Vasudeva Parayoga, Vasudeva Parakriya, Vasudeva Param Jnanam, Vasudeva Param Tapaha, Vasudeva Parodharmo, Vasudeva Paragatihi. Have we covered this verse in the past? Looks like it's somehow ringing in my mind that I have asked you to memorize or something. Yes? No? Okay. Good. Anyone already knows this verse from your any other classes or okay. Okay, let's recite it a few times. Okay, let's do it. Go ahead, Navya, Athar, Vinita, Avni.
Vasudeva Praveda Vasudeva Paramaka Vasudeva Prayoga Vasudeva Prakriya Vasudeva Param Jnanam Vasudeva Param Tapa Vasudeva Parodharmo Vasudeva Paragati.
Very nice.
Vasudeva Paraveda Vasudeva Paramaka Vasudeva Paramaka Vasudeva Parampriya Vasudeva Param Jnanam Vasudeva Param Tapa Vasudeva Param Vasudeva Param
Vasudeva Paraveda Vasudeva Paramaka Vasudeva Parayoga Vasudeva Parakriya Vasudeva Param Jnanam Vasudeva Param Tapa Vasudeva Parodharmo Vasudeva Paragati.
Vasudeva Paraveda Vasudeva Paramaka Vasudeva Parayoga Vasudeva Parakriya Vasudeva Param Jnanam Vasudeva Param Tapa Vasudeva Parodharmo Vasudeva Paragati.
Very nice. And when one person is reciting, everyone has to recite, but in mute. Others are also like you can also recite, but in mute. Okay, so that it builds your like the more we recite, the better it is. Okay, let's read the translation. Yes, Mishti.
In the revealed scriptures, the ultimate object of knowledge is Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. The purpose of performing sacrifice is to please him. Yoga is for realizing him. All fruitive activities are ultimately rewarded by him only. He is supreme knowledge, and all severe austerities are performed to know him. Religion, dharma, is rendering loving service unto him. He is the supreme goal of life.
Beautiful. Thank you. Let's go back to the verse again. How many of you say it's easy? Because there's a lot of repetition here, right? There's a lot of repetition. The first two words are almost the same in all the 8 lines. Is that correct? Just like different play, like para, paraha, param, paru. So what does this mean? Para, paro, param, paraha, paro. Who will tell?
I.
Lakshay?
I think it means off or nose.
Okay. Yes, Sampada.
Ultimate, the supreme ultimate.
Yes. Who can give a word with some param connection there? Param, right? Paro. Yes, Avni.
Paramatma, maybe.
Yes, beautiful. What does Paramatma mean? What does Paramatma mean?
The supreme soul.
The supreme soul. Atma means individual soul. The Paramatma. So the word param here is used multiple times. Okay. So let's write some meanings of the word param or paro, right? Para, param, paro. All these used in a similar context. Okay. So one you said is ultimate. Someone said ultimate, correct? What else could be the meaning? Anyone else? Yes, Mehul. Like now I'm looking for similar words which would fit in this. Ashrit, Vedai, please speak up.
Supreme personality.
Supreme personality will not come here, but we're talking about supreme. Yes, supreme or greatest, right? correct? Topmost. Yes, Vedahi?
I was thinking first.
First or ultimate? First is more like Adi or
Okay.
the primeval, right? Govindam Adi Purusham. But first is also correct in this, that he is the first object. Or first also means, like, oh, he's in the, he was in first, he stood first in the class. So he was the topper in the class, right? So topmost grades he got, right? So that connection first is also correct, right? So first, or the one who's at the top is the first. Yes. Anyone else? Maybe you can type epitome. Yeah, that's also nice. But all these words are, so I think we all got it, right? So can anyone tell any other words in this connection? So Paramatma was a good one. Yes, Mishti, Lakshay?
The master, maybe?
Master is Ishwar, and you brought a good word. So Param Ishwar. Have you heard this word, Parameshwar? So Param Ishwar. So the topmost master. Ishwar means master. Parameshwar. Yes, Sampada?
There is this one verse that has Parama in it. It's Iswara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarvakarana Karana.
Yes, beautiful verse, which, Brahma Samhita, we have all discussed that verse, right? Ishwara Parama Krishna. So who is the topmost Ishwara or Parameshwara? Ishwara Parama Krishna. So in this Ishwara Para, so Parameshwar is, who is Parameshwar? Krishna, Govinda, right? Is that okay? So we all got the meaning of Param, right? Or Paro, Paraha, we all know that. So these will be used interchangeably. Like he's the topmost, he's the primeval, he's the topmost, he is the what else? All the words we discussed, that he is the greatest, right? Ultimate, right? Superior, he is the most superior. Okay. And Vasudev, we discussed that also. Okay. So now you already know 2/3 of the words, correct? Vasudeva para Veda, Vasudeva para, Vasudeva para. So 2/3. So in every line there are 3 words, Vasudeva para, and 1 word describing the Supreme Lord's qualities. So that's the word we will try to focus on now. Vasudeva para Veda. What does that mean? Veda here is scriptures. So in the revealed scriptures, what is the ultimate goal of the scriptures? Lord Vasudeva, right? The ultimate goal of all the scriptures is to understand about Krishna. Who can give a verse from Bhagavad Gita which talks about the same point? From all the Vedas, I am to be known. Yes, Avedi.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapahashu cheva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam adi param sthanam upayati chadyam. Or maybe not that one. There's another one, but that's what came into my head first.
That's the last verse from chapter 6, right?
Yes. Or 6?
Which verse is that?
I think that's 8.28.
Yeah.
8.28. Good. So that's good connection here. But there's a specific verse which talks about from all the Vedas, I'm to be known. Sampada?
I'm not sure, but is it the Sarvasya Chaham iti Sannivisto?
Yes, that is correct.
Sarvasya Chaham iti Sannivisto Matta. Do I say it?
Smriti- Mata smriti jnanam apohanam cha.
Vedaisya Sarve Ahameva Vedyo Vedanta Vedkrita. I forgot
Vid
the
eva
last.
chaham. 15:15 of Bhagavad Gita. From all the Vedas, Krishna says, I'm to be known, right? By all the Vedas, I am to be known. So, Vasudeva para Veda. Okay?
Prabhuji,
Yes, Prabhu.
like, would the Sri Brahma Samhita 5.33 also work for this? Like, the Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadam, Anantarupam, that one?
Can you recite the full one, please?
Okay. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadam, Anantarupam, Adyam, Purana, Purusham, Navayovanam cha, Vede, Sudurlabham, Durlabham, Atma Bhakta, Govindamadi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami.
That's a good verse, and but that actually says that Krishna cannot be known through Vedas or studies, but he can be known through bhakti. So that's glorifying bhakti there. That just by studying scriptures, we cannot know Krishna. But with proper attitude, just by theoretically studying, we cannot know. But if we study with proper attitude, with the bhakti attitude, then we can attain him. Good context there. So, Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramakha. Makha means sacrifice, right? So, all these sacrifices are to please Krishna, is it not? And you all know the story of the Brahmana Patnis, right? The Brahmanas were offering sacrifice, but they forgot to please Krishna, right? So, Vasudeva para Makha. Makha means to offer sacrifice. So, the goal of all the sacrifices, in short, is to please Lord Krishna or Vasudeva. Then Vasudeva para Yoga. Para Yoga. The yoga here is basically, what is the purpose of yoga? Right? To connect with the Supreme Lord or to realize the Supreme Lord. Right? That's the perfection of yoga, not just some bodily movements. Then para kriya. Kriya means what? Anyone knows the word kriya? Yes, Sampada?
Activities.
Activities. So what's the fruit of all the activities? Or what is the outcome? Why we do everything is to please Krishna. If that does not please Krishna, is waste. So that's kriya. Param Jnanam. Vasudeva Param Jnanam. Jnana means knowledge. Param Tapaha, we discussed that a lot. Tapa means austerity. Why do we do austerities? To increase our bhakti, to increase our devotion to Lord Hari. Paro Dharmo. Dharma means religion. So the perfection of religion is to approach Lord Vasudeva. And Para Gatihi. Gatihi. Gati means destination. And what is the real destination? Lord Vasudeva or Krishna. Is that okay? So this is in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text 28-29. So all you have to do is basically, if you understand, which we have discussed, the 8 aspects here, or the 8 words used to describe God. Krishna is unlimited, but here 8 adjectives you can say, or 8 words are there. Veda, Makha, Yoga, Kriya, Jnanam, Tapa, Dharma, and Gati. How many of you say it's not that hard to memorize this 8 words? Easy? Okay. So will everyone try? Yes, Pianto.
What was the verse's name again?
Words number you mean, or
The number.
Okay, 1 point, 2 point, 28 and 29. How many of you have Bhagavatam at home? You all have Bhagavatam set at home, correct?
But it doesn't have the verses.
No, it has the verses. Maybe then you have Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavatam is 18 volumes. You all have at home? Wait, okay. If you don't have and you need, let me know. We can arrange one for you. Okay, beyond to? If your mother, talk to your parents if they need, we'll arrange one. Okay, now we'll quickly come to the Dhruva story and 3 golden pieces of advice. Is that okay? So quickly, you all know this story, but I will share again for some who may not be knowing, or for our own purification. Lord Chaitanya also used to read these stories multiple times. Dhruvas, Prahlad's, etc. So you all know the background, right? The background was that the Lord Brahma's son Manu, and Manu's son was Uttanpad. Uttanpad was the king, and Uttanpad had a wife named Suruchi. Okay, so Uttanpad and Suniti, first wife was Suniti, sorry. Suniti, okay. Suniti, Su means good. Niti means those who work as per good analysis or good, mindset. Suniti was very nice, good queen, wife, but somehow she did not have a child. And the king kind of, got another wife, Suruchi. But eventually, Suniti was, as the new wife came, so she said, kick her out, So the king basically, Suniti was living outside in a small hut outside the kingdom. And the king loved Suruchi more. So 2 wives, Suniti and Suruchi. In the previous days and ages, kings had multiple wives and they used to take good care of them. Is that okay? Uttanpad, Suniti and Suruchi. So Suniti's son was Dhruva. Okay. And Suruchi's son was Uttama. Okay. So one day, as you all know, and Suniti was living outside, so was her son. But the son would go to the kingdom to play with his brother Uttam. And 5-year-olds old don't know all these things. 5-year-olds don't care about much, why the father has, put the wife, the mother away from the kingdom. They are, they're just busy playing. So somehow the 2 boys were in the kingdom. And Uttama, the son of, who will complete this? Type in. Yes, Beyonto? Suruchi, yes. So was sitting on the lap of the father, the king, Uttanpad. And Dhruva also developed this desire. I also want to sit. Hearing that, his stepmother, Suruchi, got very angry and said a lot of bad things to him. How dare you say that? You are the son of a maid servant. You don't deserve to sit in the lap of your father because your mother is like a maid servant. You are not born from my womb. You don't have any right to sit on the lap of the father. So very, very harsh words she spoke. If you want to sit on the lap of the father, you need to be born from my womb. And for that, you need to go and do tapasya to Lord Vishnu so that you can be born from my womb. And then you will get the right to sit on the lap of the father. 5-year-old was very, very upset. And he was very, very angry, crying. He was innocent, young 5-year-old Dhruva. And the news somehow reached Suniti as well. So she was also crying. And Dhruva came back to her mother, crying that this happened. And this is the context. This is the quick story. I mean, it's in more details in the Bhagavatam. But now, how Mother Suniti pacified Dhruva. That's our point here. That's what we're trying to focus for next some time. Is that okay? Because emotional support here, how duly acknowledging and empathizing with the feelings of those in pain instead of dismissing them makes our heart grow bigger and their hearts brighter. How many of you have been, dealt inappropriately? Whether it could be you felt that someone spoke harsh to you, which was not appropriate, or someone did something which was not appropriate and you felt very bad about it, right? Right? I think all of us have been in the situation, correct? At some point, hopefully not on a regular basis, but sometimes we are in that situation where someone speaks very harshly to us, right? How do we handle that? That's what we're going to learn today. Okay? Is that okay? You want to know what Dhruva did and what Suniti told her, or told Dhruva? And the golden advices. So first of all, as we learn, we should acknowledge and empathize with others' feeling. Not say, let's say, a third comes to me with a problem that, oh, Prabhuji, in my school, my elder, something happened, and my elder, my 9th grader told me bad thing, and this, I said, oh, forget about it. Don't worry about it. How will a third feel? It'll feel very bad. Like he came to me with some help or some solace or to empathize, and I just dismiss his feeling. So that is very bad. One should not dismiss others' feeling. Rather, one should acknowledge one's feeling. It's a very beautiful lesson. Sometimes your younger sibling or your younger friend could approach you, right? So the first of all is to attentively hear, give a kind heart and a kind ear to listen to what they have to say. Appropriate emotional support given at the right time facilitates deep and lasting relationships. So empathizing. So Mother Suniti empathized with Dhruva's feelings, right? Mother Suniti not only empathized, but also suggested some ways to, it's not that, okay, you have a problem and you come crying and I also start crying and we both cry together. Is that good? No. So Mother was crying. She was also hurt. But negativity, when dwelled upon, increases. Trying to divert the mind towards something positive makes the situation less painful and more hopeful. So yes, we have to empathize, but we have to grow beyond it. Right? It's not that, okay, we both now cry together and complain for the rest 5 hours together, right? That's not going to help anyone, right? It will only increase negativity. So the first piece of gold, what did Mother Suniti say? My dear son, please don't wish ill fortune for others, even though they may have caused you pain, right? Others may have caused us pain. It could be sometimes a relative, it could be a friend, it could be this, that, a neighbor, etc. But we should never wish ill, sorry. But not tit for tat, basically. Hey, you said me bad, I will, I'll tell you like 10 bad things, right? So not doing tit for tat, but tolerate that. Because when we tolerate, we are growing. When we do tit for tat, we are getting weaker. So basically the first piece was, who will repeat it? What was the first piece? Yes, I'm Vinita.
We should never wish ill on others, even if they wish ill on us.
Yeah, even if they have caused some difficulty, right? So this is the Dhruva situation. So how Mother is specifying. The first piece is we should not try to do tit for tat or wish ill or cause harm, whatever way you want to put it, right? Second piece, very, very important. Dear child, please understand that anyone who inflicts pain upon others, or who gets the pain is basically receiving what he might have done in the past to others. Let's say, these days letters come, in the previous days, or even now, like USPS or mail or whatever, like, transport service. In India, like earlier, there was like a dakia, postman. A postman would come in a, you might have seen nowadays, I don't know how this is, they might have changed things, but he would come and deliver a letter. Now, or a telegram, or earlier other things were also used for communication, telegram and stuff like that. Sometimes a telegram could have good news, right? For example, like it could be your exam result. Hey, you got first grade in your exam. Sometimes it could be a bad news as well, or bad letter, like your dear so and so passed away, right? It could be a bad news, it could be a good news, but do we blame the instrument of the news? Is it the postman's fault or the deliverer's fault? No. So he or she is basically delivering what? Our own karma. Now, that does not mean if, let's say, if someone slaps us and say, oh, thank you for delivering my karma, right? Or a thief comes to the home, or maybe I must have stolen in 10 lives bags from his house, so he's stealing from my house, so thank you for balancing the karma. That's not the point here. But the point is, we do our best, but sometimes stuff happens, right? Like we may get an injury, right? Like, or or someone may say a bad thing to us. Then this is a way to understand that, not blame the person, but take the little bit responsibility, or the bulk of the responsibility on us, that he or she is basically given me my token. Okay, it's quite hard to do this, is it not? Right? It's quite hard, these two things. So what is the first one and the second one? Everyone knows now. The first is to not will ill, to not wish ill for the other, and the second is to take it, maybe we might have done bad to them in the past. Like Prabhupada's in a story, one time someone came to Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, I'm doing all the hard work, right? Let's say you're doing a lot of help in the Janmashtami, or you're doing a big program and you're doing a lot of work, and you're not getting the credit. Like no one is thanking you, no one is appreciating your hard work, no one feels you're adding any value. How will you feel? You'll feel bad, right? So one time one devotee, approached Prabhupada. Prabhupada, see, I'm doing so much, but no one feels I'm doing anything. No one is like, if other person brings a glass of water, they're saying, oh, Haribol, thank you for bringing glass of water. You are great. We are so grateful to you for bringing the glass of water. If the other person is bringing a glass of water, they're saying Haribol to him. And I'm doing so much more than, I'm doing, like spending so much time, energy, resources, and they're not even acknowledging, not even saying this, even a slight acknowledgement or thank you. Prabhupada said, maybe in your previous lifetimes, you're not getting the credit. Right now, you're not getting the credit for the service you're doing. Maybe in the previous time, you got a lot of credit for the services you did not do. Therefore, it's balancing out here, right? Of course, Prabhupada turned in a humorous way, but in short, we should give credit. That doesn't mean that, but in short, if things happen, there's another way to look at the perspective. Because can we change others? Hey, he's not giving me the credit. She's not giving me the credit. Can we change that? Should we demand credit? No. But we can change ourselves. We can change our mindset, our outlook towards life, which will help us be calm and composed. Okay. So, Dhruva, did you think Dhruva was pacified by these two things? What do you think? He was very, very angry, like a snake hissing. When Bhagavatam mentions if you step over a snake, it hisses. Very angry, very angry. It did not work. It did not work. These two pieces did not work. Life situations are often not within our control. How many of you agree with that? Life situations are often not within our control. You agree? But our response is so beautiful. You agree with that? But our response to those situations is certainly in our control, right? So we cannot change how others will act towards us, but how will we respond in that situation, that makes the whole difference, correct? And that's what these holy scriptures are teaching us, how to appropriately respond to any situation in life. Good or bad, happy or sad, right? How do we appropriately respond? Okay. So we should externally address the situation, and also through the scriptures, through the philosophy, is a healthy balance, right? Okay. So Suniti gave these two advices. Who can repeat the two advices quickly? Who knows both of them? Come on, come on, come on. We discussed it. Yes, Sampad, please.
We should not think ill for others, even if they do something bad to us. And the second one is our past karma is the thing that is reflecting in this lifetime. So we should be not complaining about any situations we are dealing with right now, because everything is already from the past lifetime. And then the third one is
we'll come
that
to
we
third.
are faced. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we will come to third. Yes. We were just discussing about the second one. Maybe you felt that as a third one. So we discussed a little bit more on the second one, right? So second one is important. So it doesn't mean, again, I'm repeating that. It doesn't mean that if a thief comes and they'll say, okay, thank you for balancing the karma. Or if someone slaps us and says, oh, it's my karma. No, we have to do the needful action. But don't keep that hatred in the heart, right? We have to do the needful action. Depends on situations, and it needs, sometimes if you're not sure how to appropriately respond, we need others and elders' guidance also. Okay. So what life will give to us, we don't know. How we respond to it, that we have the choice. Okay. The third, so Dhruva did not agree. Why? Kshatriya, don't give me philosophy. I need something. I need this. I want to, like he was in the revengeful mentality. Mother was trying to pacify. Mother was trying to calm him down, right? Don't think ill for Suniti or Uttama, right? Don't consider they are the real cause of the problem. It's our own destiny. Now, third and most important, my dear boy, whatever your stepmother's Suruchi said is true. The father considers me like a maid servant. Me means Suniti, right? So look at the greatness of Suniti. She is very honest. She told this. Although Suruchi's words are harsh, but she did say something very, very important. So even in the negative, she found something positive. And what was that? You go to Lord Vishnu and worship him. Did you see that? So this is called the honeybee mentality, which we have to become like honeybees. Honeybee, in spite of all the bad garbage and this and that, the honeybee will find the nectar on the flower and get that. And what is like a fly mentality? They will go, even if you leave them where 99 wonderful flowers are there, but one trash particle, foul smell, they'll go to the foul smell. So be like honeybees. Let's say you have a gold ring and it falls down in a filthy place, like gutter or something like that. How many of you will search for it? It falls in a field, like a place of trash, or where a lot of like maybe garbage is there. It's full of garbage and it's full of bad things, but here's a gold ring, it's expensive, right? Or a diamond ring, whatever. How many of you will search for it? We'll all search for it. We'll be just focused. Where is that ring? Forget about all the garbage. I don't care. I'll take a bath after I go home. That's fine. I'll wash up and properly but I want to search for it. So this is how our mentality should be. To always search for good, even in midst of bad, like a honeybee. So Suniti told, what did she say? You, my dear son, you better follow his advice, this advice. And what was that advice? Whatever desire you may have, you should worship Lord Vishnu and give up your envious attitude, because he is the one who fulfills all the desires. Vasudeva Parakriya, Vasudeva Paragati, Vasudeva Parayoga. We learned that he is the ultimate source. He's the ultimate, is topmost to the perfection of all our dharma, perfection of all our activities. So you must approach him. And that advice Dhruva did take seriously. That I will approach Lord Vishnu. And of course, the story goes on. But 3 beautiful advice, and this is what makes us mature. Maturity, this is beautiful. Maturity is the ability to convert a negative situation into a positive opportunity to grow in life and an inch forward towards God. This is maturity, to convert negative to a positive thing. And by taking shelter of God, one will find hope even in the hopeless situations, right? And it ties to 18.56, right? Athach machitta sarva durgani. If you think of Krishna, we can overcome all the obstacles. So I'll pause here. Take some thoughts, reflections, or something struck you from this 3 advices or this story, Dhruva, Suniti, Suruchi. Let's take some thoughts. Yeah. Please raise your hand if you want to speak anything. Let's take it. Okay. Yes, Sampada, please tell.
I have a question. It's not from today's lesson, but I was just reading Bhagavad Gita again, and then in chapter 2, it was talking about how the Vedas have a lot of flowery words. So I just wanted to know what does that really mean when they say that Vedas contain a lot of flowery language, and we need to keep distance with them and just focus on bhakti or spiritual realization.
Okay, very good question. We will come to that in a few minutes. We'll wrap up this discussion and then we'll certainly come.
So actually, Prabhuji, I just wanted to ask that where are the verses again that you were talking about? the one about the Vedas, because I actually can't find it.
It's in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 28. And Veda is going to post that in the group after the class as well. So your mother, who is in the group, she'll be able to provide you the access online. But you have the Bhagavatam in the Hindi. I don't think you have in the English. Yeah, but you can do online also.
We
Please
have the
share
Hindi one.
please share the link here also with everyone in the Bhagavatam. Good. Yeah, you have the Hindi
Veda
one.
based, like the Veda based one.
Veda base, yes. Anyone else? Yeah, reflection means something struck you, right? Or a comment, reflection. You want to. It's always a good to after Shravanam, Smaranam, right? We remember and share something. Is there anything struck you today, like a take home for today, and you want to reiterate that in your own words? Please. That helps everyone. That will help you. That will help me, and help others also. Anyone wants to share anything which struck you from today's discussion? Yes, Vidhi, please.
I like the point where it said if you take shelter of Krishna, you can find hope in hopeless situations.
Very nice. Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, Vinita.
I liked that she told Dhruv the truth. I like that she was just like, oh, like yeah, your father does think of me as the maidservant. And I like that she didn't like shelter him from it or try to make him believe otherwise. Like, no, you're not the son of a maidservant, or like just try to make him think something else other than the truth. If that makes sense.
Very nice. Very nice. She was truthful. Yeah, Suniti was a great devotee, and great devotees are not hypocrite, right? Suniti and Suruchi was a big hypocrite. You know why she told Dhruva to worship Vishnu? Suruchi told, right? So that the husband could think, oh, she's a devotee also. So false devotees show devotion so others can think that they are devotees too. Did you notice that? That's in chapter 1 actually in this book, right? Sometimes people show devotion or show as if there is no one better devotee than him. Why? So others can get more name, fame. So the Suruchi could get more attention of the husband. But pure souls like Suniti, they are honest. They are straightforward. They are not hypocrite. Hypocrite people, this is again for Suruchi. Hypocrite people, what they do? They say, they point flaws in others and flawlessness in themselves. He is to blame, she is to blame, he is wrong, she is wrong. Hypocrites are always finding faults in others and proving themselves flawless. But honest and sincere souls, what they do totally opposite. Who will complete this? What do they do now? Honest and sincere devotees. What's their attitude in this situation? Mehul?
Prabhuji, so I think that they might try to. So if the hypocrites are doing that, they're trying to prove flaws in others and proving themselves flawless. Then if the honest people would do the opposite, then that would mean that they're trying to prove flaws in themselves and flawlessness in others. I
That
believe.
is correct. That is correct. So we should not try to find faults in others, but try to find faults in others, our own self, so we can work upon them. Okay, very nice. Any other comments? Anyone else? Wonderful comment, Vinita. That was very nice. Arna, Mishti, Anyone else wants to share a comment or reflection from today's discussion? Her, Vishan, Haley, Navya. Okay. Okay, so are we good here? So you can write anything from today's class, any take-home message in your words. You can write what's the take-home for you, right? And write something about it. And also you'll memorize that verse, Vasudeva Paraveda Vasudeva. Okay? Is that okay? Okay. We don't have Kahoot this time. Did the other Lakshay and wanted to bring up something new? Did you guys, or Ashrit, or did you guys, Athar, or all the techies, did you come up with something?
And I forgot.
Kind of forgot.
Without an
Okay.
account, Kahoots have to be like 6 questions long or something like that.
Maybe try to come up next time, okay? And we'll have Kahoot also and ready and something from you guys too. So now I'll jump to Sampada's question. The Vedas talk about we should be careful about the flowery language. You know, what's that verse, Sampada, can you? Imam pushpitam, much something like that, right? 2.42. Ya imam pushpitam vacham. Right? That's the verse you're referring.
There is one in 2.53 too. It's Shruti Vipratipannate Yadastasya Tinishala from 2.53.
Okay, I'll quickly jump to that. So when we say the word Vedas, Veda means what? Who knows? Veda means what? Come on, type in, right? Type in, everyone type in. What does Veda mean? Scripture, knowledge. Sorry, my connection, there was some issue, but I hope you can hear me now. Yeah, book of knowledge. So Vedas provide knowledge about everything. When I say everything, 99% of the knowledge in the Vedas is about material things, right? Like sociology, economy, and there are thousands and thousands of verses, lakhs of verses in the Vedas, and most of them talk about what? Material things, the 3 modes, or the activities in 3 modes. So therefore, we read Vasudeva Paraveda. From all the Vedas, the goal is to know the Supreme Lord. But the Vedas, therefore, even Vyasadeva was not very happy. The compiler of the Vedas was not very happy. So he wrote Vedas, Upanishads. How many Vedas are there? 4 Vedas. Then 18 Puranas, right? There are 18 Puranas, 6 for the people in the mode of goodness, 6 for the people in the mode of passion, and then 6 for the people in the mode of ignorance. Then 108 Upanishads. Still, he was not very happy. And then his spiritual master, Narad Muni, told, you have to write about unalloyed glories of the Supreme Lord, and that is Srimad Bhagavatam Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Shukhamukhadam Dravya Samyutam. How many of you know this verse? Some of you know this verse, right? Very good. So in short, Vedas talk about meat eating as well. Vedas talk about animal killing as well. Vedas talk about sense gratification as well. Vedas talk about food and this and everything, archaeology and politics and this and that, and ordinary people may get messed up and confused. First of all, who has time to read lakhs and lakhs of verses in the Vedas? And sometimes people may just take one verse from here and say, oh, Veda says this, Veda says we can kill animals and eat them. But for whom is it said? Like if a doctor says, hey, smoke 1 cigarette a day. Can the doctor say that? How many of you say yes or no? The doctor can say that. But to whom? Correct? To someone, if they're smoking 10 cigarettes a day, the doctor will say, Baba, control, at least get from 10 to 1. Okay? But it's not for someone who's already living a very high cultured life. So therefore, and not only that, Vedas often talk about going to the upper planets, Swarga, heavenly planets. Basically, karma kanda. Do this, get that, do this, get that, either in this life or in the next life, etc. But this is not the goal, to go to the heaven or to enjoy the things of this world. How to, be a better politician, how to increase the lifespan, Ayurveda, right? Okay, we can use some things from there, but that's not the real goal, to increase the lifespan. What we do in that lifespan is the real goal. Is the goal of life just to have a healthy life? Healthy means bodily health. And one could be physically healthy, live 100 years, but do a lot of sense gratification or cause havoc to the society. Is that good? No, that's not the goal of the two. So real goal of the Vedas is to know Krishna. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita, it mentioned that this is the essence. The essence of all the scriptures is Bhagavad Gita, right? And then Bhagavatam. So therefore, we don't have time, energy, and intelligence. Now, which section of Veda to read, which not to read? So Krishna has done it very simple for us. The supreme, the author of the book, the one who knows everything of the book, is himself saying, okay, Baba, forget about that. I was not happy doing that. Take this, Bhagavad Gita. My guru told me, if you read this, Gita and Bhagavatam, I was happy. And if you do so, you'll be happy. Forget about the Vedas. So Krishna, Vyasadeva. So that's what it means, flowery languages. Because flowery language, oh, if you do this yagya, you'll go to the Nandankanan gardens in the heavenly planets where the apsaras will give you somras, and then you will drink, you'll watch their dance, and what will happen? And then you'll fall down again after that. Shina punya mrityu lok vishanti. So it's very flowery, right? It may attract us, it may appeal to us, ordinary people. Does that help? But we have to see,
Yes, Babuji, thank you.
not Shreyas, not prayers, but Shreyas. What is ultimate good? Vedas often, bulk of the Vedas talk about prayers. Yes, sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to cut you. Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you. I get it now. Thank you.
Thank you for reading Bhagavad Gita so nicely. Okay, any more comments, thoughts, questions, corrections, add-ons? Anyone wants to share? Okay, there's a question. If we make a Kahoot, what should it be about? The Kahoot, we have a team making that, right? So Vinita is going to make. If you have to make something different, you mentioned some other channels, some other things. That's what I wanted you to explore. Okay. So Kahoot, Vinita, Vedi, and Avni are taking that. Is that okay? Actually, there might be other things which I'm not familiar with. besides Kahoot, if you want to explore, Rakshay, you can explore and come up with some thoughts and suggestions. Okay, anything else before we wrap up for today? Okay, we'll all chant loudly together one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then we'll pause. Okay, so unmute yourself and we'll chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.